Tucker here, and we are going to be introducing the remote collar along with the place command. Now Tucker is already comfortable with both the remote collar and has a good understanding of the place cue. We introduced the remote collar to move away from leash corrections and get more reliability earlier in the training. So when I introduce it as a correction for getting off the command or off the cut and prior to being released. And I'm going to be working on the mini educator, on the lowest level he responds to, on the momentary setting. And so what I'm going to do is, for example, right, so right here, this is my place cue, right? So this is my dog bed. And any time in the beginning that I get off, and I commit to getting off, the correction would be tap, 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 and then it stops because now I'm back on. So I get off and it's tap, I go back on, it stops. Now if at any point he seems confused by anything, I have his leash, so I can guide him right back on, right? Because we want to set him up for success, and we want to work at real low levels so that he feels it, but isn't overwhelmed or distracted by it, right? We want it to be communication, and we don't want it to be counterproductive. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to start him off. Come here, buddy. I know, you're like playtime. All right, so when I start off, I use it as a correction for breaking the command, so I'm not going to give any type of stimulation for not going on. I'll just point, and if he needs it, I'll leash guide him. Tucker, place. Good. I'm still going to use my marker system and reward. Now, if he hadn't gone on right away, I wouldn't have corrected him with the remote collar, right? I would have instead guided him with the leash. So right there. Place. Good. Good boy. So I'm surprised he got off for something so common, right? So that's one of the things we work on. But I went like this when I started tapping, and I went tap, 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 tap. And I repeated the cue, and I kind of guided him. He didn't really actually need any type of leash guidance. If you notice, I gave him a little feedback. I told him he was good, because I wanted to mark the moment he did the right thing, give him that feedback, but I didn't give him a lot of praise, and I certainly didn't give him a food reward. Had I given him a food reward, he might have taken that as, oh, if I break the command, then that behavior can cause the human to give me, a treat. Tucker, break. Good. And of course we do the reward at the end because that's their pay for hanging out. Good job. So we'll see if we get this again. Tucker, place. Good boy. All right. Good boy. You're doing good job. Good job. Now that's not mean. Some people go, oh, you shouldn't pet them, or you shouldn't do these things, but the whole point of teaching your dog a command and working on obedience is so that you can tell your dog to do something reliably in the face of distractions. So if you don't practice around distractions, you're never have a dog who actually listens to you around distractions. Good, right? That's really good, right? Okay, Tucker, break. So, yeah, you can get your ball. Good job. Yes. And so you get to see he has a very good understanding of the place cue already. So the remote collar probably honestly should have been introduced a little bit earlier on in the training when he was making more mistakes. So how you're going to start doing something like this is you're going to incorporate this in your day-to-day life. Now when you start off with training the place cue with the remote collar, I am going to take that ball away from you in a second. I want you to do a few repetitions where he's just doing the place command for 5 minutes. So this is what it's going to look like. They're going to take this ball away from Tucker. Oh no, I know, it's terrible. Such a big bully. All right, Tux, come here. Nope, Tucky, come. Hey, come. Good. Tucker, place. Good job. Good. I'm going to actually reward that. Good boy. Alrighty. So he doesn't have to do it down in the place cue, but I'm gonna encourage it right now. Tuck, down. Good. I didn't use the stimulation there either because I just want him to associate the stimulation for getting off the place cue. So you want to incorporate this into your life. So you want to do it while you're sitting down and you're watching TV. You want to do it while you're sitting down to eat. You want to do it while you're folding laundry, while you're preparing meals, while you're helping kids with homework, whatever the case may be. But at the same time, when you first start doing this, you need to be aware that your dog might actually break the command. Now, like I said, when you start, you're going to do 5-minute place cues. And so you say your dog's name, say place, get them on the command, mark it, reward it. And then, after 2 minutes, say, good job, good boy, and then feed in position. Now that is so important because it motivates the dog to work on duration. And when you are doing duration, in the beginning you make it nice and easy. So I'm not going too far away and there's not a lot of distraction, right? So let's say another 2 minutes would go by. Tucky, break, and he gets paid for that, right? Good job, buddy. Tucker, place. Good. And now I'm going to ask him down. Down. Good. And remember, we're doing a total of a 5-minute place cue for the exercise. Now, obviously, he's not doing it for a full 5 minutes. This isn't any video. And then 2 minutes in, we're going to reward. And then we'll release, we're going to reward. Now, you can give your dog something to occupy their attention, right? So you can give them a little antler or some sort of bone or chew toy or something that they can have while they're relaxing. Now, after you've done several sessions where you're working on 5 minutes like this, then go ahead and increase it to 10 minutes. And when you first do that, you're going to put the dog, say the dog's name, put it in a place, 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 2 minutes, release, right? Then 3 minutes, 3 minutes, release. And then, 5 minutes in and then on the release. Every so often, put your dog in the place and then say, Tucker, break. Good job, buddy. Yay. Keep it really short and simple. Tucker, place. Very good. Now, you want to start the duration first, then add the distractions before you work on distance. So when you start to add those distractions, that's where you're teaching your dog to stay regardless. A lot of people say, oh, my dog will do X, Y, and Z unless, right? So what's the point? I mean, really, what is the point of having a dog who sort of listens unless there's a distraction? I mean, that's life. So that one's a hard one, right? Sort of rolling the ball away. Just plain evil, if you ask me. Good. Another common one is the knocking of the door. Who's there? Hello? And you just walk away and you pay attention. Good job. Door knocking, doorbells going off should be a cue to go to your place command and stay there until I tell it to release you. Great job. So this can really clear up things as far as communication go, make it really simple on your dog. That's why I like this. Hold on, let me see. Place. See it laying up red? Good job. Good job. Okay, so, place. Good boy. So I am purposely kind of making him feel, right? So you can see, and it lights up red. I hope the camera picked that up. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Good, yeah, good boy. Good job. Now, real quick, that was pretty, that was basically set up for him to fail so you could see the correction actually occur and how I address that. But you want to be fair. So in other words, if I put Tucker in a place, nobody's allowed to go off to the side and be like, come, he was a good boy, yeah, come. That's not fair. Don't give him another command. Also, don't be like, his name is Tucker, right? Benjamin, come! And correct him for not. And, that's further along the training if you have 2 or 3 dogs and you want to make sure Tucker will stay until you say, Tucker, break. Good job. But in the beginning stages, Tucky, place. You want to make sure, yes. Yes is the other word. You want to be fair about it. Tucker, place. Good. So people can go over, good job, buddy. Sorry, I should have that. People can go over, they can pet him, they can talk to him, they can squat down and go like this, I love it, baby. They can't say a thing. Because we use their name predominantly to let them know that we're going to be giving them some sort of instruction. They should pay attention. Hey, Tux, who's a good boy? See, like, he's waiting for that instruction. Break! All right, guys, so I think he was really good. Tucker, please. I think he did really well, and he did help me demonstrate this really nicely. And like I said, when you're introducing this down, so I'm not going to use the remote collar, I'm going to use my foot on leash. Good boy, thank you. Because in the beginning, the remote collar is only for when he gets off, right? So I'm Tucker, I go off, it would be tap, tap, tap. We'll go back on. And if I started right, so doing correct and correct and correct, I'm not going to correct him, obviously. And if I get really confused, you would guide me back on, and then all the pressure comes off. And so you start off working on duration, and you do 5-minute exercises. Then you go up to 10, then 15, then 30, then, an hour, 2 hours, whatever, right? Once you get up to 30, it's really easy to, expand that. But you want to make sure you're feeding in the beginning every couple of minutes, and then gradually tapering off and whatnot. And then once you have some duration down, then you work on distractions before you go across the room. Because I'm going to go outside the camera, I'm going to come right behind you. If he's not well trained, hi buddy, good, he's doing so well, right? And he broke it from here, yeah, I could give him collar stimulation the moment he gets off, but then he can go all the way around, right? And kind of get more confused before I have the opportunity to correct him. Another thing you can do, not that I can do at this current setup, there's nothing, but you can take some hooks in the wall, have your piece of furniture, whatever, clip your dog's leash. So when you are working on distance the first couple of times, that the leash is clipped to something so that if he gets off, he gets a physical correction instead of running off. But honestly, if you're having that much trouble and that much confusion, you probably went too quickly through a step or two. And if you're really struggling, just work with a trainer to clean it up.